is for adoption, people first and tech second. The typical tech adoption model focuses most of the efforts on investment, about 70%, on the technology itself, making sure the vendor solution solves every use case, procurement drives a mean bargain on overage costs and SLAs. Some thought goes into the data and system integration. Then, some months or years later, the solution gets pushed into the hands of people, the remaining 10%. And I'll look at it with a similar curiosity to a monkey handing the mobile phone dropped into its enclosure. What on earth do I do with this? It is backwards. The most successful AI transformations invert the pyramid, putting efforts towards people-led transformation, changing what and how people learn, adapting to new workflows and training the AI, checking how it's going or is and isn't working, and whether it's working better for the end user. Charles Jennings' research showed that 70% of learning comes from doing, 20% from collaboration and peer exchange, and only about 10% from formal training. The models are evolving fast. They're increasingly interchangeable. So what lasts is the capability and culture you build in people working with automation. Building AI fluency, not just using tools, but using AI as an extension of expert thinking, takes at least 20 hours of practical learning. Most organisations aren't anywhere near that, and that's a shame, as research from the Adaptivist group shows that those getting that level of AI training report better job outcomes, better satisfaction and ability to explain AI's returns and benefits, and they self-report getting 10 hours a week back from being more confident users. That seems like a solid ROI for a few days of training. Successful AI adoption needs a brush that's wide and narrow, wide enough to provide a foundational layer and good enough tools for everyone, and narrow to define specific tools or workflows for that business function. Like previous ways of tech transformation, the adoption gap tracks closely with gender, age, and income. Harvey and Berkeley's 2025 analysis, the largest study to date on AI and the gender adoption gap, found that women are consistently 22% less likely to use AI at work than men. And Pew Research's report on US workers identifies rural women and over 50s as the least likely to engage with AI. If your AI program only works for half of your people who are already tech savvy, privilege and opportunity widens and you won't see the gains. An inclusive approach to AI raises all boats. Every person in your organisation deserves access to the skills and tools they need to grow. Knowledge needs to flow two ways: top-down training and governance to establish the foundation and guardrails. But from the teams I talk with, the best learning is peer-to-peer. A good AI Champions programme channels those who are naturally enthusiastic and want to learn across a range of teams, experience levels and roles, and they can share what's good in the hood and avoid the secrecy of hiding AI learning. So define this. How will you build AI fluency with an inclusive approach across all teams, including those who are disengaged or non-users?